Okay, good day. This session, I'm just going to briefly introduce you to the paper template that we usually use for scientific communication paper. So what you are looking at the moment on your screen is the paper template that we in the physics department seminar usually use for this. So here is one example for that, and it is taken from, I guess this is coming out from the AIP proceeding template. Okay, so if you're looking for a certain conferences or seminar that was held by American Institute of Physics, the template for their proceeding will be like this, and we're going to use this template for our purposes for the paper. Okay, in the scientific communication class, and this similar and this same and then this same template. Whenever we want to publish our proceeding, usually when we have that annual meeting in physics department such as IPS, if you're aware that this year we're going to hold the 9th APS Asian Physics Symposium, okay, Asian Physics Symposium that will be held in ITB Bandung, okay, which is the last time we have this was on the 2019, if I'm not mistaken. That was before the pandemic. The number of speakers that is giving their presentation on APS 2019, they also produced some kind of a short paper or extended abstract that is compiled by the committee, and the compilation of the paper is basically for a manuscript called as proceeding. Okay, so proceeding is basically a compilation of papers or selected papers that is collected during one seminar into a certain book that is act as a publication of that seminar. Okay, the result or the proof that the seminar is held is by producing or publishing a certain book called as proceedings that is basically contain all the compilation of the presenters that gave their talk during that seminar. Okay, and so depending on the publishers, okay, usually physics department choose for AIP because of its simplicity, and then the requirement of fee, etc., and so on is not that expensive, because obviously if you're going to produce a certain publication, you need to pay a sum of money as their publication fee, and therefore we must follow the rules of that certain publisher. And this template that you saw here on your screen is basically what AIP has. Obviously, if we are applying for another publication such as IOP, Institute of Physics from United Kingdom, the templates will be a little bit different. Okay? And it will be the same if you're going to publish a certain publication or a certain paper in another publication or in another journals, for example. They will have their own rules that you must obey in order for you to follow. Okay, because if you're not following their template or you're not following their guidelines, the chances are your publication will be rejected. Okay, and especially for you who are going to, for you who are planning to continue your study in the master degree or in the PhD, publication is one of the requirements for you to graduate. So so in order for you to have bigger chance getting published, okay, it means that you need to follow their requirement, especially the requirement for your paper, how you manage, or how you arrange how you arrange the manuscript, which is usually some publisher will give you some kind of a template that you must follow, or they just give you guidelines. For example, they will guide you on what type of fonts that you need to use for the body of paragraph, what type of fonts that you need to choose, that you need to use for the section title, the subsection title, for the caption, the figure captions, what type of letter, whether you need to make it bold, or you just make it regular, or what type of letters or words that need to be italics, etc., and so on. All of the guidance will be provided there, and you must follow it, okay? Because otherwise you're not getting published. Okay, so here, as a practice in scientific communication class, your final paper should follow this template. Okay, your final paper must follow this template, which I will give to you all later on in EduNext. Okay, so please update your information, or update your lecture materials weekly or daily by go to the EduNext, and you can download this template when you are writing your final paper. Okay, so your final paper, even though the maximum number of pages is 8 to 10 pages, okay, 8 to 10 pages for your final paper, but it must follow certain template, and the template that we are going to use is this one, which is coming from the AIP template. Okay, so how you use it? So here, if you are looking at this example, so this title, okay, you can replace it with the title of your chosen topic, for example, and then you click this one, styles, over here, styles, click this one, and there should be a styles box, okay, this one, that appear after you click it. So here, this one is coming out as the paper title, okay, and then if you change the cursor to the names, or the author name, or your name in the future, it will be the author name, okay, the author name. And then if you click this one, it will be your abstract, okay, abstract. And then here, if you move here, it will be the caption for the headings, or the title of the headings, or the title of each section, which in our case will be introduction, method, result, analysis, and conclusion, and many other things. So the body of the paragraph itself here is called as the paragraph, and the format is using the Times New Roman size 10, okay, where the main title for the paper written in Times New Roman size 18, okay. So next, for the writing equation, for example, this provided here, you can choose to use a old style equation or new style equation that is usually written in Cambria math fonts, okay, in Cambria. And then here is one example, okay, on how to write your equation, which is on number. Okay, so it's similar to the writing of your final project thesis book or final project book. Each equation needs to be numbered. Okay, needs to be numbered. And then if you're using the old style equation that people usually use also math type, if you have the ability, or if you have the facility of using math type, for example, the format will be like this one. And then if you're using the new format, please follow the corresponding format, but it needs to be numbered as well. Okay, so it needs to be numbered as well. So here are the ways. So another example, for example, is coming from the figure caption. Okay, figure caption is written like this one. Okay, figure caption that is written in the bottom of each figures. If you have, if one figure is consists of two sub figures, then you need to point it out like this one, even though all of the format given here is the figure caption, while this one, okay, this one is also a figure caption, but type in a capital letter. Okay, so here figure 1 or figure 2 or figure 1-1 or figure 2-1, etc. and so on. It is written in bold and all capitalized. However, for the caption or the explanation information of the figure is written in Times New Roman size 9. Okay, it's 9. Okay, here is how you write your caption, and then if you if you move your cursor to the bottom part of the template, you can see how you write your acknowledgement. Okay, acknowledgement. And in this case, or in our class later on, when you are finishing your final paper for scientific communication class, you need to fill this acknowledgement. Even though, for example, you will thank your advisor, you will thank your the head of study program, for example, Bu Fatima, okay, as the head of the study program for giving you opportunity to take on this class, etc. and so on. Or if you are already involved in certain research, you may thank your advisor or your co-workers, etc. and so on. Or if you are having scholarship, if you're getting scholarship for your study in this semester, then you should also send the acknowledgement to the giver of your scholarships. Okay, so those are examples of which person or which institution that needs to be included in a acknowledgement. And then the last part is usually end with references. Okay, references. It is written in the numerical. Okay, written in numerical format. So here you must aware that the first references will be mentioned in the first so the order. Okay, so the order of the references needs to be in numerical order. It means that your first paper that is mentioned should be number 1. Okay, and then the second paper that you mentioned in the paragraph should be number 2. The third paper that you mentioned in the paragraph should be number 3, and later and continue and so and so and forth. Okay, so so here in this format, okay, the references is not listed in alphabetical order, but in the order of appearance. Okay, in the order of appearance that is happened in the body. Okay, so which the body is consists of introduction, main consists of introduction, method, result, analysis, and conclusion. Okay, so if you have certain references cited on the introduction, okay, in the first letter, in the first sentence, for example, then that reference needs to be put in the first number, okay, in the first order, okay, in the first order. So for example here, MP Brown and K Austin, the new physics should be the first publication or the first reference that is cited on the introduction or in the body of the paragraph, on the body of the paper, okay. So don't worry, we will review this whenever we have chance to talk about the progress of your final paper. But what I want you to do in today's assignment, okay, that you need to send us not long as 12 a.m. midnight, okay. Sorry, not 12 a.m. but is it 12 a.m. or 0 a.m. It's only the introduction, okay. So here I'm going to close this one at the moment and show you this, okay. I will show you an example of introduction paper or paper introduction that is written by Lulu Lail Fauzan, who is taking this class in last semester, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's in last semester. So this is the, okay, let me stop, and then I'm going to reshare this one screen. Okay, so the thing that I ask you to do in the first assignment, the first major assignment, is to create this introduction, okay. It could be it could be well, you don't need to put the references, okay, you don't need to put the references, but if you have already, then you can write the references here, okay. If you already have, please put it here, but if you don't, just write the introduction part only, okay. Just write the introduction part only, and the maximum number of pages for introductions is only 2, okay. Only 2 is the maximum number of introduction that you need to write for this assignment, okay. And the format, okay, the format for this one is just like this one. You have a centered orientation for the title, and then centered orientation for your names and affiliation, and the title of introduction. Whilst for the body of your introduction, or the paragraph instead of your introduction, should be written in the justified format. For simplicity, okay, for simplicity, or for the similarity of this introduction with the template, I will upload this template later on after the end of this class. So that you can follow, okay, how to write this according to the required template. So here is one example that you can follow, or you can take as an example on how you write your introduction. So so here the example shown here, the introduction only costs for a page, okay, cost for a page. If you have longer introductions, it will be fine, as long as the introduction itself is no longer than 2 pages. Okay, 2 pages. Okay, so maximum number for your introduction is 2 pages using A4. Okay, A4 paper. Okay, A4 size paper. Okay, whilst the margins of this introduction should be, or it could be similar with the template that I will give you later on. Okay, so what I'm asking you to do, that I'm asking you to compile later on, is to write an introduction paper like this one, using the well, I'm not asking you to use the same to use this template, but if you're going to practice, then please refer to the template, but only for the introduction part. Okay, only for the introduction part. If you already have a certain references for your introduction, please add also the references. Okay, so I will send these 2 documents as your guidelines. for writing your own introduction for your own topics. So the assignment for today is not the introduction of your presentation, but introduction for your paper. Okay, because introduction for your presentation will be given in the 3-minute talk. Okay, for the 3 minutes. Okay, is there any question at the moment from the student?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
Is there any rules for the file name that will be submitted today?
Okay. Okay. The rules for your file names. Let me see. It should be given in the EduNext. Let me see whether I've already write it on the EduNext or not. Okay. So in EduNext, if you are okay. So okay. Student. Oh, okay. So submission. Okay, so I'm sorry, I haven't write the format of the title of the file name to be precise. But let me see. Let me stop share this for a moment, and then I'm going to okay. Okay. Where is it? Okay, this one, share screen. Oh, screen. Okay, here, you should rename your file. Okay, rename your files. You could write, or you can send me the intro in PDF or in doc. Okay, you can send me on doc or PDF. Because I will call, because these two format, I could make some kind of comments or additional review, okay, in PDF and also in doc. Okay, it is easy. Although it is a little bit easier for me to review in PDF, but when I'm going to send you some kind of comment or correction, etc., and so on, it is easier for me to give correction in words. Okay, not in PDF, but you can send me whether in PDF or doc. Okay, because I can make comments as well on PDF, but not as flexible as in Word. And so the way that you rename your file name is like this one. Write your registration ID first, okay, registration number first, your ID number, and then underscore, okay, and then underscore your name, okay, underscore your name, and then underscore introduction, like this one. So here it is, you start with your ID number first, okay, and then underscore, and then your name, and then underscore intro, for example. Okay, please rename your PDF or doc file into this one. Okay, okay. Again, you can send me a doc file or a PDF name or a PDF file because I can make some kind of a comments if you send me in these two format, but not on PPT. Okay, because I'm asking you to write a intro paper, not intro slides, okay, because the introduction of your slide will be evaluated during the 3 minutes presentation. Okay, okay, I hope that's answering your question. Any other question from the students? Okay, is there any more question from the students regarding the assignment for your paper introduction? Okay, if there are no more questions, I will leave you all to work on your paper introduction, and hopefully you will manage to meet the deadlines, which is on the midnight today. Okay, midnight today. Okay, thank you all for attending the class. I'm going to stop the recording.